Hi, and welcome back to the FreeFormKnits YouTube channel. I'm Haxann Evers, a knit and crochet whose freeform ways of crafting have led to the world to design. All the places you can find me will be listed right down below this video. This is my knitting and crochet channel where I talk about all of my recent works in progress, my designs, tutorials, yarn hauls, and more. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my most recent design, which is a collection of 3 sock patterns called the Cabled Stitch Sock Collection. If you've been following my channel for a while, then you've probably seen these socks. I've talked about them in the podcast. And the whole premise of this collection is to help you as a knitter to learn and expand your cabling skills. I love cables. I know when I was first starting out knitting and first getting into cables, it was really daunting. Like, cables are just so pretty and they look so complicated, but the reality is the cables are actually really easy. The whole idea behind cables is you're literally just knitting your stitches in a different order than that they are on your needle. And so really the hardest part is learning how to rearrange them. And once you learn that, you can really do any cable repeat. So the Cabled Stitch Sock Collection is a collection of 3 sock patterns, and each sock pattern highlights a different cable repeat. I have all the socks in the collection right here. I only have 1 pair of sock blockers, so you'll excuse me if I'm rearranging them. This is really not how you should display socks, especially if you're trying to talk about them. The first sock in this collection is called the Tracks sock. So here is the sock on the blocker. Each sock pattern is graded for 5 sizes, and it comes with my hat trick toe, which is this great rounded toe, and my shortcut heel. I've done all the heels in stockinette stitch, but my shortcut heel comes with an option to do it for a garter stitch as well. My shortcut heel is a heel construction that requires no short rows, so it's really easy. It fits me really well. I kind of have a higher instep, so I just really love this heel. Each sock pattern also comes with both charts and written instructions for the cable repeat. So the track sock is really simple. It's only got 1 cable on the front of the sock, and I can actually show you on the sample, not on the blocker. This is the cable. It's really super simple, and it's such a short repeat. It's only 6 rounds to do 1 cable repeat of this sock. This is the first sock in the collection. It's I would say the easiest. All of these cables, once you really get acquainted with them, they're all really easy, and they all just kind of fly off the needles. Really, I love doing patterned socks, especially with the patterning on one side and then just vanilla on the back, just straight stockinette. It just really makes the sock fly, and every time you sit down to do one, even if you just do 1 repeat, you can really visibly see how much progress you've made. So this is the track socks. Love that cable. And then the second sock in the collection is called Cable Cars. Again, the same heel and toe, and each sock I did I call it kind of a lazy twisted rib for the cuff. It's not full on twisted rib because I don't like that, but it's just a little bit of a pretty detail. And then the cable cars have 2 cables on the sock, and I can show you here. I love the look of these cables. So it's a little bit of a step up. I think every size in this except the first size, which is for like a toddler child size of the pattern, has both repeats. So it's just a little bit of a step up from the tracks, but again, actually this cable repeat compared to the track sock, the cable twists themselves happen over a fewer number of stitches. So even though you have 2 cable patternings, you are doing it over less stitches. So it's really, again, very simple. If you're only just getting into cables, especially if you're just getting into cables with fingering weight yarn, you just take it slow. And there are charts and written instructions for each cable, so whichever you please. The third sock in this collection is called the Tramline socks. So here it is on the blocker. This is the longest cable repeat of this collection, and it's kind of involves both the skills that you need for the tracks and the cable cars into this 1 cable repeat. So it looks daunting, it looks complicated, but this cable repeat is literally the perfect balance between having a lot of cabling and having to pay attention, and a lot of, okay, this is just straight knitting, I got this. It's really perfect. if you've really been wanting to challenge yourself and push yourself to learn more cable repeats, this collection is really good in that you start out small with the track socks, you learn a little bit more with the cable cars, and then you combine them and you get this sock. And this is actually the first sock I started in this collection to design, and it is like, it looks daunting. Like, this part is probably the hardest part, but again, all you're doing is rearranging your stitches in different orders to get this crisscross woven pattern, and then you have these long stretches of where you're just knitting in pattern. I love it all so much. I think this sock is just beautiful. It's so pretty. I love it. What I also like about having especially cable socks is that to get a really pretty cable panel, you have to have the right number of purl stitches and knit stitches so that your knit stitches of the cable can actually pop in the work. And this makes the fabric stretchy, so it's like a kind of ribbing, but you don't have to do ribbing. I don't like just doing all ribbing socks. So you can do this pretty cable patterns, but your sock will still have that snugger fit, as if it, because it's basically a rib-based sock. So I really love that. This whole collection was designed out of Knit Pictorial Tweed, which is a, I don't think I have a tag here actually. Knit Pictorial Tweed is a blend of merino wool, nylon, and donegal tweed. And the yarn was really great for cables. Like, it has got the wool content, just is obviously really good for socks. Knitpicks has a whole variety of yarns, and you can really use any of their finger weight yarns for this collection. But I love the tweed line because you just get these really fun specks, and I think combined with the cables, just really elegant. I really love it. So this sock was done in the Atlantis Heather colorway. This one was done in Barley Heather, and this one, which I think might be my favorite, is the Lavender Fields. I actually can't decide which one I like better, Atlantis or Lavender Fields. I can't decide. They're all so pretty, and I love how they look together. I think they're just very, like, they could be considered fall colors. They could also be considered springish time colors. I don't know. I just love this collection. I love the yarns. I love how it came together, the cable patterns themselves, and how they flow into each other. It's just, I'm really proud of this collection. So at the time of filming this, I'm filming this on the 3rd of May. These patterns each have a different release date throughout the month of May. The track socks are going to be released on May 6th. The cable cars are going to be released on May 13th, and then the Tramline socks are going to be released on the 20th of May. But all 3 of these patterns are available for pre-order in my Ravelry shop right now. When you pre-order the pattern, what that means is you can pre-order it for a discount, and then when come the pattern release date, it'll just be added directly to your Ravelry library. So all 3 of these patterns are available for pre-order, but if you pre-order all of them at the same time, you will get $1 off each of these patterns. You can pre-order all 3 of these patterns for only $9. So that's a really good deal for all 3 of these patterns, with all the sizes and the charts, everything. There's no coupon code needed. You just have to add all 3 of these patterns to your cart, and the discount will be applied automatically. I will have a link to this, the Ravelry listing for these patterns. They're all in an ebook in my shop called the Cable Stitch Sock Collection, and then that page will take you to all individual of these listings. If you check out the listing and you don't feel inclined to purchase the pattern at this time, if you could give them just the pattern page itself a like, that really helps other people to see the pattern, and that just means so much to me as a designer. So if you could just give the pattern page a like, that would mean the world to me. I think that is all the details about this collection. Finger weight socks, they're all done cuffed down. That's all the details. If this collection caught your eye, if you're interested, like I said, I will have the listing down below. Thank you so much for hearing me ramble about this collection. I've been working on it for a really long time, and it's so exciting to bring it out into the world and for everyone to see it and say what they think of it. If you're not already, be sure to follow me on my Instagram account at the Freeform Knitter, because over there I'll be sharing more about this collection. I'll also be sharing my testers versions of these socks. I love my testers versions of these socks. I love the colors they used. I love the pictures they've taken, I just love it, and I love getting to share those pictures with you all when I release a pattern. It's like one of my favorite parts. So if you're not already, be sure to follow me over there at the Freeform Knitter. That is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a like. If you could comment down below, is there any sort of stitch pattern or anything that you're like, I want to make this but I'm not sure where to start? I would love to hear about it. I know when I was a beginner knitter, having like a collection of patterns of these sent around cables would have really helped me figure out what I was doing and have a place to start. So if there are any techniques or stitch patterns you were struggling with in that same way, I would love to hear about it and see what I could do to help you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Happy crafting!